Hello friends, I'm Gaurav. Welcome to channel Mahabalak, where you can watch entertaining and inspiring stories.
Hello, Earthlings. I'm dying.
Hmm.
It seems you are still angry over the kurta thing. But that was episode 4, and this is 6. Forget anger. Let's be friends. I have got just the right song for this situation. Let me play it.
छोटी छोटी बातों पे न बिगड़ा करो, छोटी छोटी बातों पे न बिगड़ा करो, गुस्सा हो तो ठंडा पानी पी लिया करो, खाली पी लिया अपना कलेजा न जलाओ, दादी अम्मा मान जाओ, दादी अम्मा मान जाओ, छोड़ो जी ये गुस्सा जरा हंस के दिखाओ, दादी अम्मा
How does Windows tape recorder stop? Which button should I press?
गुस्सा जरा
In the last episode, we saw that 5 Pandavas, 100 Kauravas, and their one sister were born. Pandu was not able to enjoy seeing his sons grow up for a long time because he died soon because of a curse by a rishi. When Pandu died, Kunti wanted to perform Sati, but Madri told her, I will not be able to treat your sons and mine in the same way, but you will be able to bring my sons up just like yours. Saying this, she jumped onto Pandu's funeral pyre and committed Sati. The rishis of the forest decided to bring Kunti and the Pandavas to Hastinapur. They walked through the forests and reached Hastinapur 17 days after Pandu's death. They stopped at the city gates. When the news of their arrival reached Hastinapur, Bhishma, Dhritarashtra, Vidhur, along with Satyawati, Ambika, Ambalika, and Gandhari, came to the city gates to pay their respects. The citizens of Hastinapur also came out to see the rishis. They all sat down at the feet of the rishis. Bhishma honored them by offering the kingdom to them. Mr. Time, we read this several times in the Mahabharata that kings offer their kingdom to the rishis. What does it mean?
It was a way to pay them respect.
But what if a rishi actually decided to accept the kingdom?
It was for the kings to offer the kingdom and for rishis to not accept it.
The eldest rishi narrated the events of Pandu's death to everyone. He asked the Kurus to perform the last rites for Pandu and Madri. After handing over the 5 Pandavas and Kunti to the Kurus, the rishis went back to the forest. The entire city of Hastinapur was immersed in grief at the sad news. Vidhur made all the arrangements, and the last rites were held on the banks of river Ganga. Bhishma, Vidhur, and the Pandavas wept. Ambalika lamented for her late son and fell down unconscious. The Pandavas stayed outside the city for 12 nights. Once the mourning period was over, they entered the city. After some time, the Shraddh ceremony was held and riches were donated to the Brahmins in Pandu's name. Once the Shraddh was over, Krishna Dvaipayan, our beloved author, went to his mother Satyawati and said, Good times are over. Terrible times lie ahead. You will not be able to witness the destruction of your sons and lineage. Give everything up and go live in the forests. Satyavati spoke to her 2 daughters-in-law, who agreed to accompany her. They took Bhishma's permission and went off to live in the forest. The Pandavas began to grow up in Hastinapur. The Kauravas and Pandavas used to play childish games like racing, hitting targets, raising dust. They even had eating competitions. In all these, the Pandavas regularly beat Kauravas. Bhim excelled at all these activities, and he was also quite naughty by nature. In their playful fights, he would grab the Kauravas by the hair above their ears. He would kick at them with his feet, throw them on the ground, and break their thighs, heads, and shoulders. When playing underwater, he would grab 10 of them in his arms and force their heads below the water, leaving them only when they were about to drown. When the Kauravas would climb trees to pluck fruits, Bhim would kick at the trees with his feet and make them shake. Along with fruits, the Kaurav princes also fell down to the ground. The Kauravas could never beat Bhim at any of the activities, and slowly they started hating him.
Bhim had no ill will towards the Kauravas. He was just naughty by nature. But the Pandavas had to pay a heavy price for this naughtiness later.
Maybe there's a lesson in there. As Bhim's strength was revealed, Duryodhan also revealed his wicked side. He thought, Bhim is the strongest of the Pandavas. If I can kill him using some trick, then I can overpower his brothers and become the king. Duryodhan was always on the lookout for an opportunity. At a place called Pramanakoti, a water sports house had been constructed for the princes. This place was above the waterline, so the princes could eat and relax there after exerting in water sports activities. Bhim excelled in all water sports. One day, after exerting excessively in water sports, Bhim climbed up and lay down on the sloping bank of the river to rest. He was very tired and slept like a dead man. Duryodhan saw this. He went quietly and tied Bhim's hands and feet, and then he rolled Bhim down the slope into the river. Bhim awoke when water splashed all over him. With his great strength, he broke his bonds and arose from the river. On another occasion, when Bhim was again sleeping,
Bhim was always sleeping.
Duryodhan got poisonous snakes to bite Bhim. Bhim was so tough that the snakes could not bite Bhim properly. When Bhim awoke, he killed all the snakes. After this, the Pandavas became very watchful of Duryodhan. Once, Duryodhan had Kalakut, a very strong poison, mixed into Bhim's food. Bhim ate the poisoned food but survived. He digested and tolerated the poison. The poor Pandavas did not know whom to ask for help. They went to Vidhur and told him everything. Vidhur advised them, when you are in danger and no help is nearby, stay quiet, stay alert.